4 minutes for a cup of coffee?
Yesterday it was 3.
You want coffee or you want to reminisce?
2 coffees. How many shifts you got today, bro?
Just 2. Really excited about it.
Don Jolly, the thing that bothers him about Rick and Morty is not so much the humor and the fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson tier. Put some science on it. We'll solve it with science. I haven't watched the show, but I know what Don's beef with it is, and it's that the ultimate message is
science.
Hey, Morty, nothing matters. Don't you see? You reproduce, you live, and you die. Nothing matters, Morty. Like, it's a very nihilistic show,
Morty,
I guess. I haven't watched it, but
gotta get the seeds, Morty.
that seems to fall in line with the trend
Morty,
as
we gotta
far
go
as
get the seeds.
Humor
gotta get
goes.
The seeds, Morty. Morty.
Humor and
on,
all
Morty.
everything that you read in New York Times or the New Yorker or whatever, it's ultimately got this message that nothing matters, and I feel like it couldn't be further from the truth. But anyway, so what I want to talk about now that I got my 20-minute introduction out of the way, so this is one of this might be the most important broad topic that I have to share with you. Broad as opposed to pointed and practical. I think the most pointed and practical advice that I can give is don't be an artist or a musician or a writer.
Damn it!
And don't go to college without making damn sure that you're one of the few people that needs to go to college. That's the most important, practical, pointed advice that I have to give. Most important, broad advice that I have to give.
I don't regret college.
Is wash your neck brace. When you get a neck brace, you have to wash it. Otherwise, it's going to itch and you're going to get diaper rash on your neck.
Okay.
Most important broad advice that I have to give is also potentially the most woo-woo and might alienate some people. I never know how to use that word properly. Am I alienating myself or would I be alienating you? I don't know. Okay? I'll have to look that up on the old dictionary there when I remember, which I won't do. But this is very yoga. This is very The Alchemist. This is very The Secret. The book The Secret. Mental projection. You imagine it and it becomes real. If you wish for it, you'll get it. This is the most new agey advice that I have to offer.
False.
And it's this.
What?
Fucking negativity. And now I'm not talking about humor. I'm not talking about making jokes that make fun of Heather Heyer. Okay? I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about actual negativity. Which might be more like being black-pilled, but even black-pilled people care about what's going on and they're paying attention to what's going on. What I'm talking about is like a primal, unthinking, base-level negativity. Watching cartoons, eating yummy cereal, and being a petty person, wishing that bad things would happen to people in your personal life. I'm talking about real, genuine negativity as an end and not as a means. And then positivity. And this is not, everything's great. Oh my gosh, everything's great, you guys. Positivity, real positivity, which is when you are tested, when you have nothing, when you're in a fucking ditch, can you still muster the fortitude to fucking do something? Okay, I'm talking about actual positivity not surface level positivity, which may be helpful, but it's not what I'm talking about, not related to this, okay? So actual, like, elemental force of nature, negativity and positivity, actual yin and yang are real. Ooh. They're fucking real. And you can use them to either ruin your life or get something done. That's the gist of it. That's basically where I'm going with this one. Negativity, positivity are real. And depending on what your mix is, okay, what your air-fuel ratio is, negativity versus positivity, you will either end up tortured by demons that you cannot see and cannot understand, or you will end up living some sort of spiritually, mentally, financially, possibly fulfilling life. And the outcomes in between the bad one and the good one are more or less determined, oh God, by what your personal blend of negativity / positivity is. If what you do, and this is not like, I'm not saying it's like karma or something where the negative things are going to be like points that add up, and you get punished once a week based on how many naughty points you have. But what I'm saying is, you can train your brain to run on battery acid very easily. You can think negative things, and it's kind of like being a rageaholic. Look up what a rageaholic is if you don't know that you can actually become a rageaholic. But you can just as easily become a poisonaholic. You can wallow in mental poison and think the worst shit all day and hate yourself and hate the people around you and hate the people who might care about you if you weren't such a piece of shit. And you can make that a self-reinforcing mental loop that may one day become impossible to get out of. And it's probably pretty easy for some people to do that. It's definitely the path of least resistance.
And you're in a ditch. Know that you're in a ditch, so you
and
know
it's
how to
helped
get out
along the way by self-pity, by entitlement, by thinking that the world owes you something, by thinking that you're better than other people, by having high expectations, and by being the type of person who has a tantrum when those expectations are not met. Those are all things that will help you in your journey to hell, which you can very easily reach. And it may take a long time before you're a permanent resident of hell, but it'll eventually happen, and when it does, it'll feel like it happened in the blink of an eye. And I can't imagine what would be worse. Thinking about that time that you took getting to hell and thinking about what you could have done with it, and thinking about how quickly it passed by. 10 years, wow. That was 10 years ago? I'm in hell. I don't know if that's worse, or if knowing that for the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, your only option is enjoying hell.
But what people have to understand is that you have a choice. You have choice, and by your fuel to air ratio, I guess, when you're flying. Yeah, he was talking about The Secret, and I got to be really careful about doing, like, following that. Never forget Helena Blavatsky. She was a practitioner in the New Age and the dark arts. You have to be careful when it comes to yoga and meditation, opening up your third eye. Yes, these things are possible.
What was the strangest part or most unique part of his like daily routine?
I think him being so quiet. Because he would be loud and abrupt, but it would, like, you could tell that was kind of like a disguise from like what he was actually like kind of like going through, you know what I mean? There's times where I would find him like just quiet as and it'd be the scariest shit ever. You could literally tell how much of the shit that we were on.
Like all of your faces are just saying something so completely different.
Because he was just on a whole different wavelength.
They
Will.
never.
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 Never. Ever. Stop.